Hi friends, welcome back to my third video in the NSSO series. I hope you have watched my previous two videos, and if you have not done so, please watch those videos first before watching this video. This video is built on the previous two videos, so the links to my previous two videos are given in the description below. You can find that out from the description. So if you are ready to if you are yet to subscribe my channel, please pause the video for a moment and then subscribe to get the updates. So in this video, I am going to discuss the data structure of each level that we have extracted in my previous video and steps to manage various levels as and when required for your analysis. So please keep your questionnaire, layout file and readme files open before you start this step. So let us open the first level data, that is level 1 data. Remember that level 1, 2, 3 data are the household level file. And that's why there are 1,01,662 observations. Now let me open the file. So so here is my file. So just let me import that file in Stata. So So I have opened my Stata now. So let me just import that level 1 file first. So level 1. So it's been imported now. So see, since this is a household level information like file 1, file 2 and file 3, all these three files are household level information. So you need to ensure that there is no repetition in the household level information, right? So if you want to figure out how many observations are there in the file in the file that I have opened here, so just write count. So if you write count, then it shows 1,01,662 observation exactly in this file, right? So you can check number of observations in each and every file by giving this count command as and when required. So you can see this 1,01,662 observation. This is just exactly the same number of observations as you have seen in my in the previous videos when I showed you the readme file. These three files level 1, 2 and 3, all these three files have exactly 1,01,662 observations. Now let us check this whether there is, because these three files are same. So what I will do, I will make use of level 2 data to see if there are any repetitions or not. So let us open that. You just copy this command, change your data file name here, so it will automatically come here. So once again we can use this count command to count. You see, once again there are 1,01,662 observations are there. Now let me show you if there are any repetitions or not. How do you figure that out if there are any repetitions in the household level file? Because you know, this household level info, household ID should be unique, there should not be any repetition. So what we will do, we will first create a variable called, I just say generate n is equal to 1. So what we have done here, you can check if you just write edit here. So you can go and check what got generated here. You see, corresponding to n variable, each and every observation has got a value of 1. Now if you go back to Stata, now what I will do, I will generate a new variable called G by using the household ID. If there are any repetition in the household, so that the value of G should not be, the minimum and maximum value of G should not be 1. It will go beyond 1, right? So let us do this. So I say by, because ID we have already created, so we don't need to create ID further. So I just say by ID sort egen, I just say a variable called G, then I just say sum of n. So what I am doing here, by ID, I am summing n. So if there are any repetitions in the household ID, so that will be reflected here. So let's do it, and then let us check. If you just give a summarize command, so summarize command will show you that how many observations are there, what is the mean value, standard deviation, minimum and maximum. As you can see, that mean and max value both are 1. That means each and every household is unique over here. So there is no repetition of the same household, right? So now, see, you can remove the duplicate observations using the duplicates drop command also. But let us now go to level 4, because you see the level 4 is an individual level file. So individual level file, you will see there are repetitions of the same household IDs, because in a household there could be 3, 4, 5 members, right? So the same household ID should be repeated over there. So now let us have a look at the household level individual level file, which is level 4. So I will share my screen with data and import level 4 information. So we ensured that there are no repetition at the household level. So we just clear the data, and then we just bring level 4 data, which is here. I just say level 4. I just say sort ID, and then the individual serial number in level 4 is fourth serial number variable, so V44. That's why I have told you to name these variables in this manner. So now let us have a look at it. So I have sorted my ID as well as variable 44, and in order to see it properly, what I will do, I will bring this ID and V44 side by side. So I just make a move of ID before V44. So let us see how it goes. So let us find out where is V44. Yeah, see here. You can see corresponding to a same household ID, that is 4100111. So V44 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here it ends, right? Let me mark it clearly. So just a moment. Yeah. So here for this particular household, you can see there are 5 individuals, right? So that's why this household ID 111 that gets repeated 5 times. Similarly, if you go to the second ID, see here, there are 2 individuals at this particular household ID 112. Similarly, you can go to ID 3, 4. So here onward till here, you have the ID 3113. So that's how the individual informations getting individual. So this individual information file household IDs are getting repeated. So I hope you understand the data structure. So that's why in this particular level, you find there are 4 lakh around 4,62,000 observations or something. 4,64,000 maybe. You can check that information from your readme file. So that's why you have 1,01,662 household, and then within a particular household, maybe on an average there are 4 individuals. So you can easily think of like 1,01,662 multiplied by on an average 4. So that goes to roughly 4 lakh, right? So this is how the data structure for this particular label. So here there will be repetition of the same, so there will be repetition of the same household ID. So you should not be surprised if the household IDs are getting repeated, because these are individual level information. So there is there is every possibility that the household number will get repeated here. Now, if you want to combine household level file with individual level file, so what you need to do, you need to merge these two data sets. So your level 2 file is household level file, level 4 file is individual level file. Now the question is, how do we merge? So in your comment box, just type help merge. So let me share my data. So I'll just clear this level 4 data set and open level 2 data set, and then we will merge with level 4. So now I'm opening level 2 data set. Now, if you want to merge, so if you don't remember the command for merging, just say help merge. If you say help merge, what will happen? There will be a dialog box here. So you can I just stop sharing and then once again share my dialog box so that you can see. 1 second. Okay, let me share my data itself. So you can check in your computer. There will be a viewer file which will say that there is on the right hand side corner there will be a dialog called merge. So if you say merge, now what will happen? There will be several options to merge. So in that several options, like you will see, there is 1 to 1 on key variables, many to 1 on key variables, then 1 to many on key variables, many to many on key variables. So what I will be using, I will be using many to many key variables. I insist that you always do the same thing while doing merging, because if you don't understand the data structure properly, then you will not understand which one to go for, whether to go for 1 to 1 or 1 to many or many to 1. So it's better to reduce the risk in the beginning and go by that many to many on key variable. So what is my key variable here is ID. Then you will find a box, like it will ask you for that with which data set you want to merge. So browse that data set and go to just select the level 4, and you can see. Then after that you just say okay. So once you do this okay, then what you will find, you can see here the results of the merging. Or you can, if you are not able to see those dialog box because that might not have got shared here, in that case what you can do, you can make use of this command, this merge many to many. So m to m means many to many. What is your key variable? That is ID. And which data you want to merge with? You want to merge with level 4 data. And what it says, you can see the results here. The result says not matched 0, matched 4,64,960. So 64,960. And it says underscore march 3. Basically what it does, the moment you merge two files in data, it creates a variable called underscore march. So in that underscore march, there will be some variables. If your data match, so that will be given probably a value of 3. If some of the observations are in the master file, that means the file which is currently open, that is called master file, and the using file is the file with which you want to merge the data in. So you will get different values. If any information is available only in the master file, that information is not there in the using file, so it will say master only. If you find any, if there is any information which is there in the using file but not in the master file, so it will say it's in a using file only. So there you will get different notations, one for, let's say, for masters only, one for using, two for using only, and three for merge. So whichever observation gets merged, that you will get to see here. So here there is no issue because all the observations got merged. Right now, let us go and check what has happened actually. So if you just go here, see this is ID, weight, V. So here onwards, because you see the level one information, because you saw right earlier that for the first 35 byte position, the number the variables are same. So there is, when you are merging two data set, there is no point in repeating those variables which are common in both the data sets. So it has, after weight, it has started from v4 to 43, and that's how it goes, right? So you can just go to the right, and you can see here there is a variable called underscore marge, and that said matched 3. So you can drop this variable, because if you have to merge this file with some other file, then if this underscore marge variable already exists, it will say that underscore marge variable exists, so please remove that variable. So what I will do now, I will say just drop underscore marge. So it has dropped that variable. Now you can go back and check. There is no underscore merged variable here, right? It's gone now. It's not there. So this is how you can merge two data set. And similarly, we can check the same thing for level 5 as well, as there will be repetitions of the household, as corresponding to each household, there will be several items listed. So all the data is organized basically in long format. So when the data is organized in long format, it becomes easy to deal with that kind of data set. So in one shot, basically you can generate the desired values for all categories of a particular variable. I just show you how the data of level 5 looks like, so that you get a better understanding. So let me share my data. I just clear. Achha, before clearing, let me tell you one thing, that see in this data, if we after merging, let us have a look at the count of observations. See, the count of observation is 4,64,960. So it has taken the exact shape of the using file, which is my level 4 file. So basically the household level information has all been put together at in the level 4 now. Now let us move on to, let us import, let us first clear and then import level 5 data set, so that you get a better understanding of how level 5 is structured. So level 5 I am opening now. Level 5 data will take a bit time, because it's the, I think there are 57 lakh observations. Yeah, it has come. So let us first check how many observations are there. So if I say count, you can check there are 57 lakh 63,152 observations. So it's a large data set. And why that is 57 lakh 63,152? You know, like let me show you. So I just do one thing. Let me make a move of ID, first ID to V54. If I'm not wrong, let us check. So that 54 must be the ID serial number. Now let us sort ID V54, so that everything comes together. So let us edit now. It's taking bit time because the dataset is huge dataset. So let's go to, yeah, yeah. You can see corresponding to first household, like, so this is the household number one. This is the household number 111. You can see to what extent this gets repeated, right? You can see like here onwards it starts, it gets repeated, and then it goes on. It goes on like this. Just a second, let me scroll it down further. See, it goes on. So here it ends. Basically, if you see, just let me use the annotation eraser. So So till here, I just use this once again. Till here, you have the first household information and check what is the observation. This is 63. So corresponding to one particular household, there are 63 items information. Similarly, if you go down, there will be second household level information. So let us check till what this information goes. So level, so household level, household 2. So here it ends. If you just see, if you can see, household 2 ends here. So household 2 ends here at the level of 135, right? So you understand now, like corresponding to each and every household, there is a set of items, and then that gets repeated for each and every household. Now it goes to like a household number 3, right? 113. So this continues. So that's how this data has been stored in the level 5. So you must be clear about the data structure first, because otherwise when you have to go for merging, you won't be able to merge data set properly. And these 5 4 variable numbers are, these are serial numbers given in the questionnaire. So you can check the questionnaire, what is the serial number corresponding to rice, corresponding to, let's say, wheat, corresponding to pulses, corresponding to mosoor, corresponding to moog. These are all item numbers which are given over there. So you can easily figure that out, which are those items actually is. If you look at old NSSO data, you will find that the data structure is different. So labels here, labels are corresponding to a particular set of variables, right? But in old NSSO, some of the old NSSO data, I have found like the label varies just because the number of states stacked in a particular level are, let's say, 3, in some cases it's 4, but all questions, all variables are listed in each and every level. So if you find that kind of if you are dealing with that kind of NSSO data, so what you need to do, instead of merging, you need to add cases. So basically for the first level, and then below to the first level, your second level should come, and the below to that third level should come, then fourth, fifth, whatever number of levels you have. If you bring all the levels together, in that case, basically what you need to do, you need to append. And what is the benefit of it? Benefit of doing this is you can analyze for all states, for all items at the same time. So you don't need to do the analysis once for the level 1 for few states, then repeat the same analysis for level 2 for some another states. That's how it's not an efficient way of going about it. So you can analyze that data first, append instead of merging. So that is called basically append in data. If you want to add number of cases, so you have to make use of the append command to append data from the other files. It will place data exactly below the first level of information, then second level of information, third level of information, but the number of variables will be same, and it will be in the same order across all files. Remember, if the number of variables are not same and they are not in the same order, it's, you cannot append the data set, right? If you append the data set, some other variables information will be placed in some other variable. So that should not happen. So whenever you are appending particular data sets, two data sets, you must ensure that the variables in both the labels are in the same order, and the number of variables are also same. Let me now open level 11 file. So let me once again share my status screen. I just clear, and I just change this file name to L11. So let's count. See, what do we see in level 11? How many observations are there? 35 lakhs information, 35 lakh 62,593. Once again, you can go back and check in your README file whether these observations are matching or not. Why the number of observations are so much here? The reason once again is same, because if you check your questionnaire, let me go back to the questionnaire, questionnaire here. So I will show you the level 11, level, yeah. So this is the information. Block 12 information has been stored in level a block 12. Block 12 information has been stored in level 11. So you can see here the serials. First serial number is serial. Second serial number is serial substitute. Third serial number is pulses, and this one. So that's how it continues till what number? So if you just go down, it goes till serial number 49. So that means corresponding to each and every household, probably, or it may or may not be, because some of the household may not consume certain things, so those informations will be missing here because this is the summary file. So otherwise, if you say for all the households these 49 informations are available, then household 1 you have 49 information, household 2 you have another 49 information. So that's how the data is stacked. So let me just go and show you to level 11. So now let us do one thing. Let's make a move of ID before V1104. V1104 once again is the level 11 fourth serial number variable, and that gives you the item serial number. That is the serial number what you see in the questionnaire. So let us now sort this ID and V1104 so that all households come at one place. So now let me just go to data editor to see what has actually happened. So now now check once again, corresponding to household 1, that is 111, these numbers are getting repeated till here, right? You can check till here, household 1, first household. So 49 items. If these are the item serial numbers which are mentioned in the questionnaire, that's what just now I showed you. Similar, now the next set of household starts for household 2, and this will continue probably for 47, 48 items. Similarly, the next household will come. So that's how this data has been stored. So you have to keep this data structure in mind before you start any analysis. Without this, it will be difficult for you to analyze any data. One more thing I would like to point out here, that you may find a particular variable, for example, MPC, URP, MPC, MRP, you can check in a questionnaire. There are these two variables, and you may find the information for these variables across different levels. You may find this information maybe in level 3, you may find this information maybe in some other level. At the same time, you may find this information at level 11 as well. So but you need to, whenever a variable is given across different labels, you need to first find out which level variable I should take. So for that, my suggestion is check that whether most of the date observations are there in that particular level for that particular variable. For example, if you look at MPCE, that monthly per capita expenditure, URP and MRP, except level 11, I don't find those information consistently in any other levels. So whenever you want to choose a variable which is available in different labels, so you need to check that first, that whether information corresponding to that variable is available across all the labels. Then there is no problem, there is no harm, you can make use of that variable from any level. But in most of the cases I have seen that though the variable information is given so many times, but actually the most number of observations are missing. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to look for the variable in a proper format and then compare between different labels, and then choose whatever is best, wherever is best information given to you. I hope I made this point very clear. So I hope you have understood the data structure in different levels and how to merge it. So now you're perfectly ready for analysis. So in the next video, we will get into the analysis part. So first, what we will do, we will match our analysis with the figures given in the report so that we are confident that our analysis is correct. So at the end, we will replicate the poverty figures for India as it is given in the press notes on poverty 2011-12, so that we understand how the NSSO data can be used for policy decision. So thanks for watching. Once again, I would like to tell you, like, if you have not subscribed so far, please do subscribe so that you continuously get the updates. So thanks once again for watching. See you in the next video.